Okay, so in some previous videos I've talked about this, my pistol case. So I thought I'd kind of give you a rundown of how I have it set up and some of the items that I have in there. So the primary function for this case is to carry and protect two pistols, primarily, 9mm, and then 5.56 that I can have that I carry broken down. And so the idea behind the entirety of this case is to serve three kind of basic functions. The first is transportation. So I can, as I said, I can break down the larger weapon, carry this particular weapon very safely. I can lock this case up. And in fact, in a situation where I might have to leave this case unattended, or not as attended as I'd like, I can actually take the handle, and I have a pair of handcuffs on here, and I can use this to handcuff this case. So not only is it locked, but I can kind of lock it to something as well. So that's kind of the idea behind that, in case I needed to in an emergency. I think that a lot of times people think about all the guns that they want to have and carry, and and carry with them in a, whether you call it a bug out situation or an evacuation situation, but they never think about the times when you don't have control over your weapons, where you might need to set them down to help somebody, or to do something, or leave the weapons for a particular amount of time. And in that case, to have the ability to secure those weapons in transportation or in idle moments, I think is really important, an important part. So, and anyway, but just for day-to-day use, I built this case to function also well, to serve me well when if I go to an indoor range. So for a while I had been going to an indoor range, and they give you just a little bit of spot, and be able to have things organized, really, I think, is helpful. And then second is, if I ever needed to do any air travel with my firearms, I could certainly do that also with this case. So that gives me some flexibility, so I can travel by car, I can travel by air, I can go to the range, and I have kind of a nice setup where I can have all of my all of my things organized that I might need at the ready, so I can get the most amount of time at the range. So the other thing that this serves as is what's called, or what Clint Emerson and 100 Deadly Skills would call, a tactical nightstand. So again, if I'm traveling or at home, everything is set up for ease of use. If I get that proverbial bump in the night, I have the capacity to to be able to access the weapons and the tools that I might need to deal with whatever that situation is. So right at hand, I not only have the pistol that has a light on it as well, but I also do have another flashlight here and batteries. And then I have this little glow donut from Who is Citizen E, and this can actually hang off the side or on there, and that actually, so in the night I can kind of identify where my case is if it's not directly next to my bed nightside stand, for example. Then I've got some glow sticks here to use for communication, for room is cleared, or whatever I want to use this for. If I need to throw this out the window, I don't know, whatever I need to do. And then I've got a handcuff here, and if you're not familiar, this is like a handcuff. I've done a couple posts on this on Instagram. I can do something about with this on as well if you're interested. But it also has this metal carbide or tungsten disc on here, which serves also as a glass breaker as well. So if I was in, say, a hotel room, I don't know, or someplace, and I needed to egress out, or a vehicle even, I have this handcuff with me, which gives me the ability to not only detain somebody, but also use it as an egress tool, which is kind of neat. So aside from that, the functionality of transportation, and then the ability to use this as a tactical nightstand, and these weapons are all cleared, I can also take this shelf off. And as you can see, I've got the locks for the case in there. These are just cheapo locks on there. Gun cleaning supplies in that Maxpedition pouch, and then some gloves. And then I just flip this over, and now I've got myself a place where I can clean my gun. So if I go to the range and I want to clean my weapons after I'm shooting right there, I have all the tools and capacity to do so, or at home, or travel. This is basically a full carbine sized or rifle sized pad that I had cut down. The access to this is, I keep that separate, so I still have that, and I can adjoin the two if I need to for a long, on a countertop. I've taken it out of the kit because I just haven't used it very much, to be honest. I can basically use my pistol and break this down on both sides and use it effectively without having the longer pad. So anyway, so it's for cleaning, for transportation, and then for being able to react as a tactical nightstand. So again, everything that I would need for my carrying the weapons can fit inside there. The only thing that becomes a little bit cumbersome, I'll just add to this, is that I have the choice of either extra magazines or the holster. I don't have enough room for all of the above. So I really have enough room for 2 magazines, and because I use a coupler, I have a coupler on here, it does take up a lot of room. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but certainly there's no reason why you need to check a holster. You can travel with this in your regular luggage if you need to. So, what it is. So if I needed more, long story short, if I needed more ammunition for whatever reason, I would have to take out like the cleaning supplies or the holsters or some of the extra stuff. But this 10.5-inch pistol fits actually quite snug inside here. No need for actually padding because it fits so tightly, nothing actually moves around at all. So as long as the case isn't dropped, it's fine. It's not a very expensive Pelican case. I don't know the name of the brand, Firearms, I think. It was a $30 case. And then the board here is just plastic Polymax board, if anyone's interested in that. It's the same board that I used as a shelf for my radio kit, if you've seen that in the previous videos. So this is the kind of a tutorial or walkthrough, rather, of my pistol case. Any comments, suggestions? Yeah, let me know. And then I probably should also note I've got a little flare on there, just a little morale patches just for fun on there. And yeah, appreciate your attention, and like and subscribe.